So the compact size of the 1CXT is, um, you're not going to find another backhoe that does what this 1CXT can do. You're also not going to find another skid loader. You're not going to find another excavator that will do what the 1CXT will do. My name is Ryan Staub. I'm the owner of Staub's Stump Removal, Staub's Excavating, and Staub's Lawn Restoration. I'm from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. So the JCB 1CXT is the most versatile unit that we could have possibly gotten for our business. We had started with some ride-on mini skid loaders, and we needed more versatility. We needed something that could get into some tight areas, be able to dig out roots, stumps when we needed to, and also get into tight spaces up along houses. We needed to be able to be more versatile with our business, and also needed the digging power of the rear arm of the 1CXT. So the 1CXT has a number of unique features. The extension on the boom is one of the biggest advantages that we could have imagined when looking at this machine. Some machines have a limited reach. To keep a compact size and to run with the 49 horsepower of the 1CXT, the extension on this thing really makes it more versatile. You can see in my pile here, I dug out of a trench and had to get it further out away from the machine to allow some room to work. The extension allowed us to do that. So having the extension, the extendability of this machine really helps. Also, the plumbing for the hydraulic breaker is also an advantage to this machine. The 1CXT also can slide across here on the rear end of the machine. So the whole attachment can move across, so I can dig along a foundation on this side or a foundation on the opposite side. It can go right in the center to be more versatile, or however I have to do it. So with stump removal with the 1CXT, I'm able to maneuver around the stump without having to move the machine a whole lot. So I can dig from one side and then move my arm and dig to the other side, and I don't have to make as many moves or be as harmful to a property just because of the maneuverability with the rear end. The front end is powerful enough that I can pick up stumps, sometimes in the realm of the 4-foot diameter from the crown of the root ball, depending on the hardness of the wood. But the machine overall has enough power that I can dig out larger stumps with the rear, and I can move them around with the front, and I can be versatile enough with just the press of one button to operate either side of it. Part of our business is lawn restoration, and we do an excavation service. So for any rough grade work, we have to use the 1CXT. It's very convenient to be able to push out along a grade, be able to make a grade, and if there is a rock or disturbance that we need to pick away, we're able to turn around and pick that out with the use of one button on the machine. So it's very quick, very versatile, very Swiss Army knife-like. It does have a lot of power with the front bucket. There's a adjustable turn dial to give us more track power, so it can push quite a bit of material with quite a bit of applied power. So when you're trenching with this machine, you can dig your trench, you can crab steer, you can make all kinds of different movements, but the most versatile thing about it is the fact that I can use one button to move it front and back, to move around or to backfill. It's just the press of one button. It's just very, very quick, easy to use. It's also easy to train my guys to use it. And that's another thing. It's a key factor for this machine, is that I'm able to put somebody that is kind of green in the machine. I can explain to them very simply how to operate it. I've had, my mother has operated this without having any experience. My sister has operated it without having any experience. So I've been able to train relatively easy to get people to operate it for me. When grading for pushing any kind of stone or grading out a lawn, I'm able to make very fine adjustments with the front bucket. So if I need to take a 1/16 or an eighth of an inch, I'm able to do that. It'll press out very well. It'll also back drag very well. The float feature is on the left side of the control station, and the float feature does work very well on the arms of this machine. So I'm able to float out driveways and make them look very nice. smooth transition so there's no lines between my paths. Can I actually tell the story about how I bought it? So I was scrolling through Facebook one night and saw an ad for a cheap payment on a piece of equipment, and I sent an inquiry into the company, and the next morning I got a phone call from Zach at Stephenson Equipment, and Zach said, "Hey, I see that you like that piece of equipment. Can I give you some more information?" And I said, "I love it, please do." And he said, "Where are you working today?" I told him I was working at a church in Camp Hill, and he showed up on the job with the backhoe, walked up to me and said, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "Hey, who are you?" And Zach helped us out a lot from there till now. Zach pulled up with this nice new machine, said, "Go ahead, run it for the day, I'll be back." He never came back. He just sent me a piece of paper, said, "Fill this out." And now we have a new 1CXT. But I love it and I wouldn't change it for the world. We've had it for about a year and a half. We have a little over 1,000 hours on it, and it runs just like the day it was new. We've had very little issues with it. The couple pieces of maintenance that we needed in its first service, I called into Stephenson Equipment. Stephenson Equipment was out here right away. They took care of us immediately. There was no questions asked. There was no trouble, no struggles, no nothing at all. Stephenson Equipment has treated us very well, and I really stand behind what they do there as a company.